Os monstros existem. Isto é, Semana dos Monstros. Uma semana cheia de animais assustadores e aterrorizantes. E episódios estelares de encontros com monstros. Super crocodilo. Tubarão branco. Lula colossal. Sucuri. Chega! Semana dos Monstros. De 30 de junho a 7 de julho. Às 9 da noite. Só no Animal Planet. Meu Gato Endiabrado. Todas as quintas, às 8 da noite. Só no Animal Planet. They share an unbreakable bond, forged in the heat of battle. Where the relationship between man and dog can mean the difference between life and death.
When you're over here in Afghanistan, you build a relationship with your dog that it's completely indescribable.
These are the stories of 4 young warriors and the brave dogs that serve by their side, specifically trained for high-risk combat missions.
The dogs are pretty good at sniffing out the homemade explosives that the Taliban use.
Hey, I got a positive response.
From recon patrols deep in enemy territory to dangerous searches for hidden explosives. Together, they risk their lives to save others.
Came from that direction.
It's a dangerous job in a dangerous country.
Through triumph and tragedy, good times and bad, they are the best of friends in the worst of times.
Welcome to Afghanistan.
Come back, come back, come back!
It's summer in Afghanistan. With unprecedented permission from the U.S. military, 3 camera crews are embedded with military working dog teams in Helmand and Kandahar, the 2 deadliest provinces in Afghanistan. Helmand has seen more U.S. military personnel killed in action than any other province. Deep inside this region lies a remote marine outpost called Patrol Base Bariola. It is here, on the front lines, where friendship matters most.
My name is Lance Corporal Kent Farrell, and this is my partner, Zora. Sit. We've been deployed to Afghanistan to help with the mission of detecting IEDs. I want to become a military working dog handler just for the simple fact that I love dogs. Growing up, I was a really quiet kid, shy. My mother and father were divorced, and it was me, my mom, and my dog, Luke. Luke was my golden retriever. I got him when I was about 9, and I love that dog. When Luke died, I was 16 years old. He was diagnosed with liver cancer. There was really nothing we could do for him. And a week before he died, all I really did was cry. Just hold him and cry. I really love that dog. You. The relationship between you and your dog is the most important part about your partnership. Your dog has to be able to trust you. If your animal doesn't trust you, it's going to be a hard-working relationship to continue. So we use obedience not only as a form of discipline with the animal, but to build a solid foundation between the dog and the handler. Come on, come on. There are those who consider our military working dogs to be pieces of gear. I, for one, do not believe that at all. To try to remove your heart from a situation is really asking too much of a handler, because how are you supposed to really give it your all if you don't care for the animal like we do? She did all her commands the way I wanted her to, with good performance and good precision, so I just pay her.
Good girl, yeah, good girl.
Come here, come. I'm gonna bring him to you, let him up a little bit. Let him know Daddy loves you, did a good job.
Good girl, baby.
It's 10 a.m. Lance Corporal Farrell and Zora prepare to leave the safety of the base behind and go outside the wire to conduct a high-risk security operation.
We're gonna go on a little patrol, check stuff out, do some security, check out a compound.
In the past, Taliban insurgents have used the homes in these outlying compounds to hide weapons and materials used to build improvised explosive devices, or IEDs. Before any of their fellow Marines can safely enter the compound, Farrell and Zora conduct a room-to-room search.
When we go out on patrol, our whole mission is to keep everybody safe. We use Zora to detect any type of IEDs.
The IED is the Taliban's weapon of choice. Since the beginning of the war, these crude but lethal bombs are responsible for 2 out of every 3 coalition casualties. A dog's extraordinary sense of smell is the military's best defense against IEDs. The ability of military dog teams to find and disarm IEDs has made them the enemy's prime target. If there are explosive materials in this compound, Zora will find them.
Hey, I got a positive response.
Hey, watch those doors.
I think she might be hitting something in his chest.
Yeah.
Basically, the dog threw a huge change of behavior, and she threw a final response on this chest.
Thank you, King. Come here. One of the dogs got a hit, so we need the keys. Hey, that's Russia. Yeah.
Squad leader Sergeant John King orders the homeowner to open the chest.
The homeowner is now acting very nervous, and he's saying that he doesn't have a key for a lock in his own house, which doesn't really add up because he owns the chest and he owns the property. You just wonder what could be in there that he doesn't want us to get to.
Hey, can we move that chest? I don't want to move it, because if there's something in there and there's an anti-tamper. Yeah.
At this point, the anxiety in the room starts to rise. King tells the homeowner to go outside, grab some rocks, come back in, and start bashing the lock off.
Let's clear some people out of this room. Come.
If there is a bomb inside the chest, a tamper-proof trigger could set off a deadly explosion.
Is it open?
The lock is off. Sergeant King checks for any detonation devices, and every Marine holds his breath.
There's nothing in here. Got a bunch of matches.
The matches are what threw Zora off and what gave her an interest in the chest in the first place, because there's an actual explosive chemical on the matches that dogs do hit on sometimes. Could be a load of matches throwing her off.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's what I'm thinking. It's a relief to the guys walking patrol with us, knowing that our dogs are actually doing their job. Even if she's only finding a faint amount of odor on a match, that's really not going to hurt anybody. But still, the point's clear that the dog is doing her job.
Good girl, baby.
Our goal is to find something that could save someone's life, especially an American's life. And that's what we're here for. That's our job.
Nyman. My dog is Emily. Emily and I, we've been together almost a year now. She's a beautiful dog. She's the best looking dog in the kennels, I think. But she's always happy. Never a dull moment with Emily. So she's always doing something that makes you laugh.
Oh, ouch. That's a fat lip.
Yeah. Most people don't understand what it is to have a military working dog. When you're over here in Afghanistan, you build a relationship with your dog that is completely indescribable. As humans, I think that we're kind of inclined to think that it's a dog, it's automatically a pet. It's not the case. This dog is your partner.
Oh, hello. Hello.
You have to understand what your dog's thinking at all times, because if you miss one slight little clue your dog's giving you, it could be the difference between life and death.
It's been less than a month since Corporal Nyman and Emily reported for duty in Helmand, Afghanistan. Today, they received orders for their first mission outside the base, a search for insurgent fighters reported to be hiding out in a nearby village.
We get a call from a unit, like, hey, we need 2 dogs. So we pack up our bags and load up. I'm ready to go out. You know, I've trained for this for so long. I'm just ready to go and get to work.
Before setting off, Nyman checks his helmet-mounted camera. He'll review footage recorded during the operation to analyze how effectively he and his dog performed their first time outside the wire.
We're a combat tracking team. She doesn't smell explosives or narcotics. What she smells is humans. So while she's looking for that person, it's my job to look also for that person, but I'm looking on the ground for any signs of an IED that she could step on.
A dog highly trained like Emily helped track down Osama bin Laden.
This all right here is cleared, right? This is all cleared? Wow.
We're walking through these alleyways and stuff, you know, I'm looking at the ground, making sure I don't see anything fishy. Nothing was happening. It was a really quiet day. But you have to always keep your mind in the game. You're always looking, keep your head on a swivel, because as soon as you drop your guard, that's when something's gonna happen.
Volta já, especiais do Animal Planet. O Encantador de Cães, todas as quartas, às 9 da noite. Só no Animal Planet.
The book's in my body.
A gente tá gravando uma música. É um hip hop em inglês pra conquistar o mercado americano.
Como assim, cara? Se nem inglês você sabe falar.
Você e seu cursinho de inglês online. Eu tô aprendendo o inglês das ruas. O inglês do hip hop.
The book's on the floor. The book's in my body. The book's in the air. I love the book.
OpenEnglish.com. Professoras americanas. 24 horas por dia.
Não são uma lenda. Os monstros existem. Isto é, Semana dos Monstros. Uma semana cheia de animais assustadores e aterrorizantes. E episódios estelares de encontros com monstros. Super crocodilo. Tubarão branco. Lula colossal. Sucuri. Chega! Semana dos Monstros, de 30 de junho a 7 de julho, às 9 da noite, só no Animal Planet. Meu Gato Endiabrado. Todas as quintas, às 8 da noite. Só no Animal Planet.
muito fofos. Os efeitos colaterais são dificuldade de locomoção, visão embaçada, surtos de hiperatividade e sonolência repentina. Mas vale a pena ser fofo assim. Muito Fofos, todas as terças às 8 da noite. Só no Animal Planet.
Está de volta. Especiais do Animal Planet.
Helmand Province, Afghanistan. U.S. Marine Corporal Drew Nyman and his military working dog Emily are conducting their very first patrol deep in the heart of enemy territory. Their unit is searching for Taliban insurgents suspected of hiding out in a desolate Afghan village.
Jamie, like, ID, come here, come on, come on. What happened? Come here.
1 minute you're on patrol, everything's going good, and then next thing you know, it goes from quiet to the loudest explosion you've ever heard.
An IED has struck a Marine on the other side of the mud wall.
And then you see things that you kind of wish you didn't see.
Oh my God.
But it's not just you, your dog's in there too. She's looking around, she's still on edge.
Come on. I know I'm hungry.
You feel like the stakes are raised. You have a lot more to live for.
I just want to go back and call my wife.
My wife was back home alone, pregnant, and all I could think about was her raising my son by herself, you know. It forces you to be on your toes and be on your game so, you know, you can make it through this, get home and see your wife and kid.
In the aftermath of the blast, medevac is called in to remove the seriously wounded Marine from the battlefield.
It was a crude awakening, especially on the first patrol I'm on. You can't help but think, well, what's going to happen tomorrow?
I am Staff Sergeant Anderson. I'm from Chester, South Carolina. My dog's MWD Aza. She's a Belgian Malinois.
Mama.
She's a patrol explosive dog. I've been with her for about a year. She's 7 years old. She don't act 7. She's got a lot of spunk. So we have some good times together. To have that bond with them and know that there's a good possibility you're gonna save my life out here, nothing beats that.
Good mama bears, I don't fight. Oh yeah, we'll fight. Ah, that's a good mama. Look at you.
Aza's actually the first female dog I've had. Kind of made a bond a little bit closer with her, for sure. She takes things very personal. So if you get real personal with her, she gets real personal back with you. If you love up on her, she loves up on you. And honestly, to go through some of the stuff that you may go through out here, you want that bond. You want that dog to know that they can confide in you because you're literally putting your life in their hands.
See that footpath going up right there? Where it breaks in the sandbags, you're going to want to cut up that, all right? That's your first objective.
I've been in Afghanistan for about a month. I'm here to search for any IEDs, any bomb-making materials, weapons, anything of that sort, to help these guys better complete their missions.
Staff Sergeant Anderson and Aza are training for Anderson's new role as kennel master.
Let's go, up front.
The duties of this senior position are traditionally confined to the safety of the base. But Anderson has requested and received special permission to join his troops on patrol outside the wire.
One of my mottos that my mentor told me a long time ago is you gotta lead from the front. I would be a hypocrite to sit here and tell them what to expect outside the wire when I've never been there myself. She's laying in shit. Aza, come on, babe. I'll get you some water.
Anderson and Aza completed their combat training at Eielson Air Force Base in Alaska, an environment much different than the harsh summer conditions they endure in Afghanistan. Here, blistering daytime temperatures can reach 120 degrees. The heat can kill in a matter of hours.
The biggest hurdles we got right now is we're having to transition her from cold weather to hot weather and getting her ready to work in this environment.
Did it the other day, no problem. You ready? Yeah, good. All right, let's go.
The scorching heat takes a toll on both dog and handler. Dehydration can diminish the dog's ability to detect IEDs, a serious problem that could prove fatal.
Honestly, she wasn't actively searching very well, so that's just a matter of training those cues out of her and also slowing my pace down and treating it like an actual search itself. So some of that is on me. And then some of the conditioning, endurance, some of the heat issues, it's gonna come with time, but you gotta continue to press.
My name is Sergeant Benjamin John Stapira, and my military working dog's name is Giro. I've been in Afghanistan with Giro 8.5 months. Before I deployed here with him, I was on Giro a whole entire year working him, training up for here. Yeah, everything we do as a team. Me and Giro are, when we're outside the wire, he doesn't leave my sight, I don't leave him. If I have to go to the bathroom, he comes with me. If he has to use the bathroom, I walk with him.
Okay, buddy, come on. Giro's an 8-year-old shepherd. He's turning 9 in August. I think he's the oldest dog out here. Giro's been in the program since he was a puppy, so all the training consistently all his whole life has led to this point.
My wife sometimes tells me, hey, you love your dog more than you love me. And it's true in a sense where my dog smells IEDs and bombs. And if my wife could smell IEDs and bombs, I'd probably love her outside the wire too. But a lot of people look at it as like, oh, he's just a dog. It's a lot more than a dog. Like I said, this dog finds bombs. And he's found one a couple feet in front of me. And if I didn't have a dog there, we don't know what would happen.
Come on. You got this. You got this. Good man.
I'm Lance Corporal Durwood Shaw out of North Carolina. My dog's name is Falco. He's an attack dog and he's also an explosive detection dog. I was his first handler ever, both brand new. Just being around him all the time, it creates such a strong rapport with the dog that over time, the dog starts to know, who Daddy is.
That is so cute.
Oh, Daddy.
Lance Corporal Shaw and Falco are part of a critical security detail operating out of U.S. Marine Base Varioli on Afghanistan's notorious Highway 1. Nearly 2,200 miles long, it is the most critical supply artery in the entire country. It is also the most deadly. During more than 10 years of war, hundreds of troops and innocent civilians have been killed along this road by Taliban ambushes and IEDs. This checkpoint at Varioli is the gateway to the most hostile region in the country. Here, no one is above suspicion, and every stop and search is potentially lethal.
Right now we're conducting a vehicle checkpoint, just trying to stop suspicious activity, suspicious locals passing by, and hopefully finding something in their vehicles. Good searching, man. Wanna check the back, buddy? Having my dog does make it easier being out here in Afghanistan. My dog is my best friend out here. Hey, sit. Come here, sit. If I get lonely, I talk to him. Good, man? You good? It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack out here. I trust my dog 100%. We'll soon find something.
Vehicle searches are a necessary routine, but checkpoints are also prime targets for insurgent attacks.
Oh, get covered. Watch out, John. Watch out.
Throwing a couple shots.
Yeah, someone ran in that area.
Hey, you see anything?
Hey, McCall, you got anything? John said he saw someone running. Yeah, one guy's running this way.
Unable to determine the source of the gunfire, the Marines stand down. Moments later, an approaching vehicle leaves little doubt how unpredictable this highway can be.
They shoot him. He said my brother shoot me.
The man is bleeding heavily from a bullet wound to his stomach. The Marines suspect he could be an insurgent wounded in the recent firefight, but the occupants of the vehicle tell a different story.
Say, my brother have gun.
If the Marines don't let him through, he may die. If they allow the car to pass, they could be helping insurgents get away. With no hard evidence to detain the men, the Marines have no choice.
Can't help you. He needs to go, though. He needs to go to the hospital. We really can't help him.
The car moves on, leaving uncertainty behind.
Hey, come on. Let's go. Let's go.
Shaw and Falco make it back inside the high walls of Base Camp Barioli. But in Afghanistan, nowhere is truly safe.
To the west! 500 meters!
In attack at Barioli, so gear it up. We're gonna get on this post and try and kill some Taliban.
The Marines are taking fire from Taliban fighters hiding among the buildings just outside the base.
There, he's popping out again. You see him right there?
Where's it come from?
Hey, make sure we got watch it out to the south!
A low-altitude observation blimp spots 4 fighters planting IEDs close to the base.
Viper 6-2 has 4 individuals in a read line and trying to secure themselves from observation.
The insurgent gunfire is a tactical diversion designed to give the 4 insurgents time to hide the IEDs.
We got some movement. We're inbound.
The firefight ends as quickly as it began. A search and destroy patrol led by Shaw and Falco is dispatched to hunt down the 4 Taliban insurgents and find the deadly IEDs that they buried.
It's a dangerous job in a dangerous country full of explosives. You don't know what's going to happen. You got to be on your toes at all times. IEDs, firefights, grenades.
It's the type of mission that Lance Corporal Shaw and Falco have trained so hard for. And Shaw is eager to put both his and his dog's skills to the test. But every trip outside the wire is a trip into the unknown.
Volta já, especiais do Animal Planet. Não são uma lenda, os monstros existem. Isto é, Semana dos Monstros. Uma semana cheia de animais assustadores e aterrorizantes. E episódios estelares de encontros com monstros. Super Crocodilo, Tubarão Branco, Lula Colossal, Sucuri. Chega! Semana dos Monstros, de 30 de junho a 7 de julho, às 9 da noite, só no Animal Planet.
Vamos ver o que realmente significa estar com água até o pescoço. É hora de conhecer a equipe. Wade é o cérebro de toda a operação. Ele ama os animais, mas sente uma paixão especial pelos peixes exóticos e por construir aquários extraordinários. Brent, suas ideias são brilhantes e sua criatividade tem feito com que o negócio dê certo. Heather é a cola que mantém todas as partes juntas. É esposa de Wade e irmã de Brett. E mesmo que ela não soubesse muito sobre aquários, aprender foi uma tarefa bem fácil. Bem mais fácil do que lidar
Tem até um galha preta
com esta família todos os dias. Irving é um sujeito despreocupado, com um olho bom para os negócios. Ao ver o talento de Wade, não pensou 2 vezes antes de se associar a ele, até para apresentar a sua filha. Robbie Redneck é o artesão do grupo. Tem a responsabilidade de construir os tanques. É um perfeccionista e muitas vezes também é o alvo das piadas de Wade e Brent. Agnes, ela é responsável por todos os contratos e, como se fosse pouco, tem que entender-se todos os dias com estes 2 e com todos os desafios de construir os maiores aquários do mundo. Com água até o pescoço. Só no Animal Planet.
A melhor receita para a autoestima baixa é uma mudança radical.
You ready? Yeah. Let's go.
Mude Meu Look está de volta com uma nova apresentadora
You are not getting these clothes back.
E novos episódios.
Wow, I love it. You look so hot, it's ridiculous.
Mude o meu look. Novos episódios todas as quartas às 9 no Discovery Home and Health.
Para salvar as baleias, é preciso estar disposto a arriscar a vida.
Segura!
Só tem um jeito de a gente parar. Afundando o barco.
Defensores de Baleias. Todas as quartas, às 10 da noite. Só no Animal Planet. O Encantador de Cães, todas as quartas, às 9 da noite. Só no Animal Planet.
O Encantador de Cães, oferecimento Nova Saveiro, carregada de aventura.
Está de volta. Especiais do Animal Planet.
Easy, buddy. Come here, bud.
After his base camp was attacked by Taliban gunmen, Lance Corporal Durwood Shaw and his military working dog, Falco, prepared to join their Marine unit on a patrol.
My main job was to find IEDs. It's kind of nerve-wracking going out on a patrol because Afghanistan is not a place you want to be in. Every 5 feet there looks like there is an IED.
Aerial surveillance revealed the gunfire was a diversionary tactic used to give 4 Taliban insurgents time to bury IEDs.
Falco, come.
The Marines conduct a door-to-door search of the neighboring homes, looking for the insurgents who planted the roadside bombs.
Got an ID?
Got a dude. He was spotted placing IEDs, and we made a positive identification. You never know who's going to be placing IEDs. It could be this old man, or it could be that little kid.
4 locals suspected of planting the IEDs are rounded up and taken into custody. Now, the second and potentially deadlier phase of the operation begins. The search for the buried bombs. A local villager alerts the Marines to a possible IED in the vicinity.
You say there was a hole? Yeah, but when I went today, there's no hole. They covered it. Yeah. Okay. They also mark with rocks.
Rock line. Tell him we're gonna bring someone out so he can get rid of the IEDs.
You say, yeah, I think this is very dangerous. Tell him don't touch in that ID.
Okay.
If they touch, it will blow up.
Let's keep eyes on him. See if he's following.
The unit's senior dog handler, Marine Sergeant John Peeler, gives newcomers Lance Corporal Shaw and Falco the lead position.
Falco, down.
Peeler feels this situation provides a perfect opportunity to put the rookie dog team's training to the test.
Falco's a green dog. He just got out of his doggy boot camp. So, like Shaw, he still has a lot to learn. There's little things that he's missing, but I have high hopes for Kid.
Falco and Shaw are dispatched to the suspected area.
Falco, come.
Like all military working dogs, Falco has been trained to sit when he detects the scent of explosives.
See that change of behavior? Yeah, he's sitting on it. Look, he's about to sit. Good boy.
On the east side, there's an entryway into that compound. We got an IED in that entry point.
The next part of the operation is the most dangerous. Confirming the exact location of the IED by hand.
Right now he's doing a technique called finger sweeping. He's trying to find the edge of a pressure plate to kind of confirm whether it's an IED or not.
Yeah, there's definitely something there. That's an IED for sure.
It's one of the routes we've been using, so that had to have been put in recently.
The team clears the area as the IED is detonated.
This one's for Falco. Iron hole!
Yeah, that would have killed my dog if he stepped on him.
Nice one.
Good boy. Hey, easy, buddy. First IED box, bud.
It's a very satisfying feeling knowing that Falco did hit on it. I mean, I got this feeling inside. It could have been another Marine that could have stepped on it. Falco's doing pretty well, actually. I know he's thirsty, so I'm gonna give him some water, and he'll probably go to sleep after that.
Back at base, Shaw's fellow Marine, Corporal Drew Nyman, reviews footage of the day 2 weeks earlier when he and his military working dog, Emily, came face to face with an IED. Marines like Corporal Nyman study footage captured on their helmet cameras so they can look for clues that will help them stay safe on their next trip outside the wire.
Complacency kills. As soon as you drop your guard, that's when you're going to miss that one little thing that could have told you, hey, there's an IED here. That's when you're going to step on it.
Jamie, IED, come here, come on.
Just 2 days later, Corporal Nyman and Emily are sent out on patrol to the same village where an IED blast seriously wounded his fellow Marine.
I think I'm more afraid before I go out on patrol than I am actually on patrol.
Come on, wait for it.
Not knowing what's going to happen next, I think, is probably the biggest worry out there.
Hey, do you see those 3 men in the compound over there poking their head up?
Everyone out here's got a fear. If you're not afraid, you're not human. But you can't let your fears get in the way of your work.
Hey, you see all these batteries here? Yeah, all the carbon rods are taken out of them. They're making IEDs.
The intel said low IED threat. You know, we're going on the outskirts. We don't expect to see anything.
But the one thing I learned on patrol is if the brief says you're not going to have anything, it's going to be a really slow brief, don't listen to it because that's when something's going to happen.
The stress and relentless heat test the endurance of the entire unit.
Hey, is this water safe for?
Nyman stops to give Emily some water as another Marine pushes forward. Before Nyman and Emily can resume their position, the unit is hit.
Hey, we need overwatch! Get it! Oh my God.
Volta já. Especiais do Animal Planet. Não são uma lenda. Os monstros existem. Isto é, Semana dos Monstros. Uma semana cheia de animais assustadores e aterrorizantes. E episódios estelares de encontros com monstros. Super Crocodilo. Tubarão Branco. Lula Colossal. Sucuri. Chega! Semana dos Monstros. De 30 de junho a 7 de julho. Às 9 da noite. Só no Animal Planet.
Claro TV tem vantagens exclusivas. Ligações DDD ilimitadas grátis do seu telefone fixo para fixos de qualquer operadora do Brasil usando o 21 da Embratel. Você ainda ganha minutos de DDD para celulares Claro. Isso mesmo, somente para assinantes Claro TV. Cadastre agora o número do seu telefone fixo e comece a falar ilimitado com o 21. Ligue 0800 721 2100. Faz um 21. DDD ilimitado grátis para cliente Claro TV.
Eu acabei de mudar para o pacote HD Lite. Os detalhes de imagens dos jogos de futebol são tão incríveis e tão nítidos que eu me sinto lá, no campo. Os filmes agora ficaram como no cinema. E os shows, então? Eu já gravei vários no meu HD externo. E o melhor, eu posso ter quantos HDs externos eu quiser. A alta definição da Claro TV combina direitinho com a televisão que eu acabei de comprar. Eu recomendo o HD Lite. Não tem erro.
Nova Orleans é como um pitbull. Forte, persistente sensível, mas acima de tudo, nobre. Tia e sua equipe chegam a essa cidade em busca de uma segunda oportunidade para o Centro Vila Lobos e para eles mesmos. Pitbulls e Condenados, nova temporada. Estreia quarta, 5 de junho, às 10 da noite. Só no Animal Planet.
Tudo é maior no Texas. Principalmente as cobras. A captura delas envolve grandes riscos e grandes recompensas, que só se consegue tendo uma boa atitude. Caçadores de Cascavéis, nova temporada. Estreia quinta, 13 de junho, às 10 da noite. Só no Animal Planet. Animal Planet. Surpreendentemente humano.
Vocês vieram por causa do aligato?
Isso.
Cadê o equipamento de vocês?
Estão bem aqui.
Inacreditável.
Vocês têm que tirar o aligato da minha casa.
Você vai entrar na água? Essa coisa pode arruinar sua vida. Cuidado com o rabo!
Ele estava bem ali no mato, bem ali.
Ele tá ali?
Uhum.
1, 2, 3. É a minha maneira de passar boas vibrações.
Disque Resgate Animal. Todas as quintas, às 9 da noite. Só no Animal Planet.
Meu Gato Endiabrado. Todas as quintas, às 8 da noite. Só no Animal Planet.
Pena que Glade não produz baterias que durem mais. Ou lâmpadas que durem mais. Ou flores que durem mais. Glade produz Sensations, um gel que perfuma por até 30 dias. E o refil pode ser usado em qualquer aparelho da linha Sensations. Que pena que Glade não faz maridos que durem mais. Mas para fragrâncias duradouras, use Glade Sensations e faça da sua casa um lar.
Está de volta. Especiais do Animal Planet.
Helmand Province, Afghanistan. For the second time in just 3 weeks, Marine Corporal Drew Nyman and his military working dog, Emily, are just yards away from an IED blast.
I'd stopped for a second to give my dog water. The guy that's behind me continued over. He stepped on an IED. Emily was about 4 or 5 meters from the blast when it happened. As soon as it went off, I just saw the smoke and the cloud. You see a cluster of guys over here working on another guy, fixing him up.
Hey, we need Overwatch! Get it! We need Overwatch! Oh my God.
I just see Emily just laying there and I'm like, my dog is dead. But as soon as I laid a hand on her, she just jumps up and starts going nuts. Her tail's between her legs, whimpering. And I look down at Emily and she's just like looking at me with these like glazed eyes. Like, dude, this sucks. She might look fine on the outside, but she wasn't herself.
Emma, come here. Emma, come on.
You have a dog looking up at you and saying, try to get us both out of this alive.
The roadside blast has left one Marine seriously wounded, and in the aftermath, Emily is not behaving normally. A medevac is also sent to bring her back to base for evaluation. Her days as a military working dog could be over. Staff Sergeant Len Anderson and his military working dog, Ozza, arrived in Afghanistan 3 weeks ago from their home base in Alaska, and now find themselves inside the belly of the beast. Known as the Horn of Panjwai, this small strip of land is literally the birthplace of the Taliban, and home to Muhammad Omar, the group's spiritual leader and one of the most wanted men in the world. In 2010, U.S. forces seized and took control of Possui. But deadly insurgent attacks continue nearly every day. It is Anderson and Oz's job to help keep this volatile area in check. But coming from Alaska, it's been tough for them to adjust to the brutal Afghan heat.
We're here in the heat of the summer, so it gets pretty hot. It's above 105 right now. I've seen it to where it's gotten up to 126. A lot of dogs will come over here, they'll try to go get out of the heat, into the shade, relax. And what we try to promote in them is to push through that. She's actually adjusting way better than what I thought she would.
Today, Oz's skills are being evaluated by Anderson and his fellow handler, Army Sergeant Zuriel Burke. A special training device laced with an explosive scent has been buried just below the surface. Oz's not responding to it.
I don't know what to do with it right now. She did hit on it, but she kept going, so I'll just brush a little bit of dirt off of the area and then have her come back and see she'll hit it at a different depth. See if she's gonna do better now.
If she can't perform here, Ozza can't be trusted to signal IEDs outside the wire. Anderson and Sergeant Burke give Ozza another chance to locate and signal that she detects the buried training device.
We're managers of the dog, that's about it. Only thing I can do is put my faith in Ozza that she's gonna do everything in her power to bring everybody home.
Sergeant Ben Stapira and his military working dog, Giro, are preparing for a unique mission with a new unit.
This is MWD Giro. He's an explosive detective dog who's also trying to attack, but he's friendly. And search, my dog's final response is a sit. I'll let you all know if I think he's on something. Like you said, he's an EOD team here, so we'll let you know if he smells something's funky. Other than that, if you have any questions, just come talk to me afterwards. Cool.
Stapira and Giro accompany the explosives detonation team to dispose of 6,000 pounds of unexploded ordnance. In order to set off the massive blast, the team must have a secure working area. Giro's role is to detect any hidden devices in the wide-open desert, so the team can work without fear of buried explosives.
Nowhere in Afghanistan is safe. The insurgents, you never know what these guys are going to play IEDs. Right when you think you do, that's when you get hurt. So they like the dog team to go out there and search the open area. It gives them a peace of mind, you know, where they can safely walk around and work. So I was conducting my open area search. I had my security team with me, and I noticed way out in the distance, maybe 800 meters out, that there was a couple of goat herders.
The unidentified men turn and begin advancing towards the soldiers. Stapira and Giro join a small team to investigate. They rely on Giro's keen senses to alert them to any trouble.
No, Afghanistan is not a joke. It's not a playground. It's a war zone. You're always looking for, you know, insurgents, so you just never know about this country ever.
If the Afghan men have been handling explosives or have any bomb materials with them, Giro will know. Stapira watches her body language closely, looking for a signal. But when Stapira and his team approach, the men are revealed to be something else.
The
The goat herders turned out to be 10 and 12-year-old kids. We didn't really tell them what we were doing. We told them we were about to do something really dangerous. You need to leave the area for about, 5-6 hours. A lot of kids come up to the American forces because, we always have blankets, candy, food. But, you may think it's safe, and right when you think it's safe, 10 minutes later, someone might even get blown up.
And they said they're gonna go that way.
Yeah.
All right. Cool, let's go. All right, we can push back.
Go.
As the children disappear back into the desert, Stapira gives the all clear to the other soldiers.
3, 2, 1. Fire in the hole.
All right, buddy. It's all right.
After it all went off, we were about a couple hundred meters away. We were letting the explosive ordnance disposal team do their thing, check out the blast hole. And Gear was just looking at me like, Dad, let's do something. Good boy, come on, get it! So I just pulled out a ball. I started playing fetch with him. The sun was setting over the sky, and I'm sitting there just tossing my Kong out there as far as I can throw it. And to just have the wide open desert where I can just throw that Kong as far as I can, and he just run out there and get it. It was a really cool experience for me.
It's another day at Marine Base Barioli in Afghanistan's Helmand province, and it's Lance Corporal Durwood Shaw's 21st birthday. Fellow Marines John Peeler and John Reed have a little surprise planned for Shaw.
All right, hey, this is what I came up with. Got a variety of stuff: pound cakes, dessert bars, Rice Krispie treats,
peanut butter dessert bar. We're gonna stack all this stuff together in some sort of cake-like fashion, and if he decides he doesn't want to eat it, it's going in his face.
Rice Krispie treat go right on top, kind of like the cherry. When you're out here all by yourself and you don't have your family around you, the people that you're here with become your family, so it's important to come together and remember holidays and birthdays.
His little birthday cake. What's this? It's the cake.
8 years old. Happy birthday, Shaw.
It's your wonderful birthday cake. Now what is this?
It's your cake.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be horrible celebrating my birthday here in Afghanistan, but it felt real good deep down inside. It showed that people still cared even though I was in Afghanistan. It's actually pretty good.
We give each other grief all the time, joking around, especially with Shaw and Falco. But the dog did his job. He found ID. Nobody else knew was there. We give him a hard time, but ultimately we really are proud of him. That's how we celebrate a birthday in Afghanistan.
Thank you, guys.
Doing good in Afghanistan.
Yeah, but from Afghanistan, it still trips me up. From Afghanistan, like it's around the corner. How are you? Tell me everything, honey.
Well, it's just going good. We're going back out here in about 2 days. So we'll give you a call. Everything's going fine though.
Okay.
Zora's doing good.
Well, I have no idea where you are, but I think about you every minute of every day. I mean, it's just unbelievable what you've sacrificed.
No, it's all right.
It really
It's really not a big deal. I'm good.
I know you've been calling home a lot, and I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I
no
really
problem.
do. Because not knowing is the worst. All right, honey. I know.
All right.
Be safe.
I will.
Please keep everyone safe too.
I'm good. I got you. Zora's doing her thing. We're all good.
Please tell me the puppy has your back.
She does. She does. Don't worry about her. She's good. Trust her.
Okay.
I love you, Mom.
I love you.
All right. See you.
Bye.
Bye. Sit. My mom's doing good. Nothing bad. The news is good news. Worried. Worried about me a little bit. Who isn't?
The sound that you're hearing is their call to prayer. They do it just about every hour, starting about 5:30. They do it about every hour until the sun goes down.
It's dawn at Camp Barioli. Lance Corporal Farrell and his dog Zora prepare to head out on an early morning patrol to look for insurgents.
Sit. You good? You ready? You know the plan? All right. Pumped up, huh? Pumped up? Ready? Huh? Ready? Ready! Come on.
But before they can find the enemy finds them.
Hey. Where? I got it. I know, we got him. Hey.
Right now, the ECP just got shot at, so we're gonna go out and try and get a track on the guys.
Firing on a U.S. base is a common Taliban tactic used to draw soldiers out into the open. Despite the danger, Lance Corporal Farrell, Zora, their fellow Marines, and an embedded camera crew head out into enemy territory.
Good girl.
The atmosphere is a lot different. The people acted a little bit differently. The entire attitude of the area was changed.
As the unit pursues the enemy, Farrell and Zora look for IEDs buried along their path.
Hey, right here is where they were talking about they were shooting from. The alleyway just on the other side of the wall. This is where we need to be.
Hey, there was a dude in black to the right. There's a dude in black down there.
We were maneuvering. She was checking, she was searching. She was doing a really good job. Halfway down the alleyway, I see something fly over the compound wall.
What was that?
It looks like a bird. It looked like a toy. And then that's when I heard someone say, "Grenade! Move, move, move! Back up, back up!" I said, come.
Volta já, especiais do Animal Planet. Em especiais do Animal Planet.
Bem-vindos ao Afeganistão.
O meu cachorro é meu melhor amigo aqui. Ela sente o perigo.
Chama o médico! Você está colocando a sua vida nas mãos deles. Ela com certeza já me salvou de muita dor. Saber que ele está indo lá para salvar a minha vida não tem preço.
Companheiros de Guerra continua. Só no Animal Planet.
Tirar a gordura pesada é tão difícil.
Eu tenho a solução.
Mr. Músculo!
Novo Mr. Músculo Cozinha. 5 vezes mais poderoso e eficiente que um detergente comum.
Novo Mr. Músculo. A ciência da limpeza difícil.
Não são uma lenda. Os monstros existem. Isto é, Semana dos Monstros. Uma semana cheia de animais assustadores e aterrorizantes. E episódios estelares de encontros com monstros. Super Crocodilo. Tubarão Branco. Lula Colossal. Sucuri. Chega! Semana dos Monstros. De 30 de junho a 7 de julho. Às 9 da noite. Só no Animal Planet. Meu Gato Endiabrado. Todas as quintas, às 8 da noite. Só no Animal Planet.
Muito fofos. Os efeitos colaterais são dificuldade de locomoção, visão embaçada, surtos de hiperatividade e sonolência repentina. Mas vale a pena ser fofo assim. Muito Fofos, todas as terças às 8 da noite. Só no Animal Planet.
Está de volta. Especiais do Animal Planet.
Helmand Province, Afghanistan. 21-year-old Marine Lance Corporal Kent Farrell and his military working dog Zora are on patrol outside their base camp when a grenade lands between them.
Back up, back up.
When she came running, she was coming towards me. When she got closer to me, the grenade went off, and she caught the brunt of it right on her left side. She kind of collapsed. She really didn't move after that. We took a pulse, and there was no pulse. There's nothing we could have done. Shrapnel into areas that there really couldn't have been anything done to her, even if she was thrown on the vet table immediately after it happened. So she went quickly. As we were taking off, they draped an American flag over her. That's when it really hit home. She was gone. That's when I lost it on the bird over here, is when I saw that American flag. And it really touched me that the crew did that for her, treated her like a fallen Marine. My partner, my sister in arms.
Miles to the west, in the Kandahar region of Afghanistan, soldiers from Command Outpost Spurwin Gar are mounting a counterinsurgency operation. The objective is to destroy hiding spots the enemy has been using to launch their attacks and conceal their escapes.
The Taliban's coming up and they're firing on the checkpoint. So what they're doing right now is they're clearing out this tree line and this wall, so they'll be out in the open. The Taliban's gonna be pretty angry about this, and anytime we can disrupt the enemy, it's a good day for us.
Military working dog teams search for any weapon stashes or IEDs that insurgents may have hidden in the area. It is Air Force Staff Sergeant Len Anderson and his military working dog Oz's first mission outside of camp.
I'm very excited about going on the mission. This is what I joined K9 to do. Yeah, I'm nervous about going, but I joined the military, I signed my name, and this is what I'm here to do.
There is little doubt that the operation will incite insurgent reprisals. And within just minutes, enemy combatants are spotted taking up positions in the distance. The operation's security detail sets up a defensive perimeter.
lot of yelling on the other side of that tree line. But they're right there in that bush right to my 12. See them moving? To the right! Right there, right there.
The insurgents give up the fight and run off.
Hold what you got! Hold what you got! Cease fire! Cease fire!
With Taliban hiding spots in the area destroyed, the unit heads back to base, confident that they have diminished the enemy's ability to stage attacks.
We want to just let the Taliban know that we know where they're shooting from, and we're going to come get them. Overall success, no one got hurt, took some contact, everyone got the blood flowing. We'll go in here and then regroup for tomorrow's mission.
It's 4 a.m., and Staff Sergeant Len Anderson is getting ready to head back out on patrol. This time, Anderson and his dog Azza will be going deeper into enemy territory. But first, a few precious minutes to call home to Alaska.
Hey, Kelly.
Huh?
Carly.
What's wrong?
Where's Aiden?
Come here, little boy.
What's up, buddy?
Look at Daddy. You see Daddy?
My two kids are a little too young to realize what's going on. They're only 1 and 2. All they do is they know I'm gone. My wife, she's military as well. She understands what is asked upon me, so she doesn't ask too many questions, which I'm happy about.
Where's Taser?
Come here. Oh, nice. Up here, come on. Come.
Well, I roll out here in a little over an hour.
Okay.
All right, I'll let you guys take them to bed.
Say bye.
Bye, buddy.
All right, love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Hang out.
All right.
Time to go to work.
All right, brother.
Be safe, bro.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right,
We'll see you later. Not working yet, big girl.
Good morning, guys. For the last 90 days, there's been 11 direct fire engagements in that area. And the IED threat is heavy.
The mission objective is to track down a group of insurgents operating in the village of Pae Maluk, a Taliban stronghold located a mile from the base. For nearly 2 weeks, the enemy has been staging almost daily attacks against coalition forces, their tactics growing bolder with each assault. Anderson and Azza are one of 3 dog teams that will be searching for IEDs en route to the village.
They're shooting our now, so them. They're shooting from us, we're blowing up. Any questions? All right, get out.
Azza, come here.
Azza. Anybody sitting here would be lying if they said they weren't a little nervous or a little scared. There's no way around it. You don't know what to expect. It may cost you your life. It's a price we pay for our country. The #1 thing is try to come home and bring everybody home with you. I have a history of not being a magnet for craziness, but at the same time, that could mean that I'm due for a lot of craziness.
There you go.
We started off on the patrol, and we always take the dog because the dogs are usually pretty good at sniffing out the HME, the homemade explosives, the fertilizer that the Taliban use.
Come up with the front guard.
We try to stay off paths and roads because that's the main place where the enemy places IDs. So we cut through the grape fields.
Let's go.
An hour into the mission,
What did you say?
the unit translator and one of the Afghan army soldiers get into a disagreement about what route to use to get to Pae Maluk.
What's he saying? What? X-ray 36, southwest, contact. Just a couple of rafting fire shots, can't see anything.
Stay.
Yeah, let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing.
I don't want to get to the path.
If that's Pae Maluk, we have to get on the path.
Yeah, but it's a really sketchy ass path, so we just want to push further south or further north.
Can we push past the path?
The small arms fire forces the patrol to change their route.
Are we going on a path? Sure are.
We're continuing to push.
The soldiers maneuver along a narrow path bordered by mud walls and a small creek.
Ozza, come here. Checks. Good girl.
Hey, Heaton. Let's not stay stationary.
All right. Let's go, Ozza.
Got a guy walking up to your right. On the other side of the tree right there. To your right now.
Is there a guy standing right? Hey, Lane, is there a guy sitting right there? Squatting.
The suspected insurgent disappears into the trees. A moment later, the patrol encounters another local.
Sergeant Heaton stopped the guy and told him, trying to go to Pae Maluk. So the guy said, okay, and then started walking on the path.
Staff Sergeant Anderson and Ozza push forward. Lieutenant McGrath contacts the patrol leader.
Hey, Heaton. You can, I guess, up this path. That would be very grateful. Going to the city, gonna eat a lot of IEDs. Heard that motorcycle? Definitely a scout.
Think so?
No, I know so.
Volta já. Especiais do Animal Planet. Não são uma lenda. Os monstros existem. Isto é, Semana dos Monstros. Uma semana cheia de animais assustadores e aterrorizantes. E episódios estelares de encontros com monstros. Super crocodilo. Tubarão branco. Lula colossal. Sucuri. Chega! Semana dos Monstros. De 30 de junho a 7 de julho. Às 9 da noite. Só no Animal Planet.
Eu fui ao Comic Con 2009 em San Diego e comprovei que é realmente o maior evento de histórias em quadrinhos da cultura pop do mundo. A minha ideia em participar do Comic Con foi ver quais tipos de animais, personagens de animais ou tendências estavam surgindo na indústria. Eu estava me deparando com aqueles personagens de pelúcia mais conhecidos, mas aí eu conheci Mitchell Bernal, o criador da coleção Skellanimal e do livro de germes Bubble Pets. Foi bem legal. Conta pra gente como surgiu o conceito do Bubble Pets.
Eu estava pensando em como seria se tivéssemos animais com algum tipo de deficiência. Se uma família adotasse e cuidasse deles, de repente eles poderiam ter uma vida mais normal.
Então é como o menino da bolha de plástico numa versão cães e gatos, né?
Isso aí.
Os Bubble Pets são muito fofos e era evidente o quanto Mitchell se divertiu desenvolvendo suas personalidades. Depois eu fui ao estande de Dave Kellett para conhecer a série Pugs.
Eu sou o criador do conceito Sheldon e esta é uma coleção chamada Pugs, God's Little Weirdos.
E qual foi a sua inspiração para isso?
Minha inspiração, eu não sei se a câmera consegue pegar isso. Esse é o meu pug, palhaço, que é palhaço em espanhol. Atira sobre coisas ridículas, tipo os pugs perdem tanto pelo a cada 3 horas que daria para fazer outro pug.
Nossa, nunca ouvi isso, como assim?
Eu não tenho ideia, sei lá, são os erros da natureza.
Agora fala um pouco dos barulhos que eles fazem enquanto dormem.
Tá, eles parecem um maratonista asmático na poluição de Pequim. É sério, eu não sei porque a natureza deixa eles emitirem um som tão alto.
Dave se divertia com o personagem dele. E na verdade eu adorei ter conhecido o Pug, porque a maioria dos outros personagens que vi no evento era tão assustador quanto... Olha esse cara. Esse é o Dicas e Truques dessa semana. Eu sou Janet McCulley. Até mais.
Saúde, galera.
Histórias que arrepiam. Pessoas extraordinárias. Heróis inesperados.
E me ajudou, me fez continuar vivo.
Animal Planet. Surpreendentemente humano. Meu Gato Endiabrado. Todas as quintas, às 8 da noite. Só no Animal Planet.
Pena que Glade não produz baterias que durem mais. Ou lâmpadas que durem mais. Ou flores que durem mais. Glade produz Sensations, um gel que perfuma por até 30 dias. E o refil pode ser usado em qualquer aparelho da linha Sensations. Que pena que Glade não faz maridos que durem mais. Mas para fragrâncias duradouras, use Glade Sensations e faça da sua casa um lar.
Está de volta. Especiais do Animal Planet.
Air Force Staff Sergeant Len Anderson and his military working dog, Ozza, are on patrol near the Taliban stronghold of Paye Maluk.
Heard that motorcycle? Definitely a scout.
Think so?
No, I know so.
The two-man camera crew following Staff Sergeant Anderson is also caught in the blast.
It stopped me dead in my tracks and blew right through me, the wave or whatever. The sound is intense. There was a ringing in your ear, like a pitch. And then you smell the chemical. You smell whatever they have in the bomb.
Get the medic up here!
The job of a cameraman is to tell the story and not to become part of the story. You know, unfortunately, that morning, I was blown into the story.
I looked over, looking in that direction, I see Craig pop up. I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years. I was in combat in the first Gulf War. I think that helped me be able to focus and get up and go. I grabbed my camera and saw Staff Sergeant Anderson laid out on his back. There was a second I almost was overcome and I wanted to freeze. But then I just looked at him.
Easy.
I saw blood coming out of his left leg, and I knew that I gotta help him. And you're embedded with these guys, and you live with them and film them when they get in firefights. And then they protect you. And so it was my turn to protect him. So I just clicked tourniquet. I put the camera down, put a tourniquet on him. That time a medic came up, and I started putting a tourniquet on his other leg. Len was kind of going out and keep talking to him, shaking him, say, hey, you okay?
Easy, buddy. Easy. easy, okay?
We got you, buddy. We got you.
I remember seeing Craig, and he was comforting Sergeant Anderson the whole time because Sergeant Anderson was not wanting to give up at all. And Craig had a soothing way about his voice. I'm really proud of him. He really helped a brother out in a time of need. Ozza was also in the blast, but the blast literally separated the leash. And so Ozza was running around. Sergeant Hojo picked her up and held her while we did first aid.
Dude, I don't feel good, man.
I remember seeing Sergeant Anderson's dog. He was right next to me. So I grabbed a hold of the dog. And I looked back and I saw quite a few people, including the medics back there, working on Sergeant Anderson. I was taken aback by the expression on Alice's face. And it was absolutely amazing to witness. She completely was ears towards him and focused on him and concerned for him. Probably the most amazing thing I've ever seen between an animal and a man.
You breathing okay, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just get me out of here.
Okay.
After the doc and myself, we finished bandaging. It was time to put him on a stretcher. So they threw down just a black sheet, basically, you put underneath.
Okay, I'm gonna roll him my way. 75. We're gonna put him on him, okay?
And at that point, I went back into, okay, I've done my part, but now I'm gonna let these guys do their part.
Hey, I need at least 2 more guys to help carry.
All right, hey, 1-6. It might be hard to spot
All right, so make sure this bag is picked up.
So they actually picked Lynn up. There was a mud road that went across into the field they had secured for an LZ, landing zone. We went down through the creek. And it took 8 guys to get him through there and get him up this hill. And got him up into the field.
Here it comes.
They popped purple smoke, and medevac came in. It was almost surreal when the dust came towards Lynn. All the soldiers leaned over him to protect him. That was, it was just what brothers do. They picked him up, took him across this plowed field to the chopper and loaded him up. Ozza was also brought up. They loaded him up, and he flew to Kandahar. When the chopper was taking off, I ran back to get a better shot. But at the same time, I was thinking, will I see him again? I don't know.
Minutes after an IED blast tore through his patrol, Air Force Staff Sergeant Len Anderson is medevaced to a military field hospital and rushed into surgery. Anderson has severe injuries to his hands and legs. Surgeons fear he will lose at least one leg. If his bleeding can't be stopped, he could lose his life. The news reaches Anderson's home base commander in Alaska.
I got a call from one of my master sergeants. He asked me if I was somewhere good, and you never want to hear that asked of you when someone calls. And he basically read the report that the command post received that Leonard was very severely wounded, which by definition is not expected to survive 72 hours. I've done some difficult things in my career, but taking that phone call was probably the hardest thing I've had to deal with.
An operational review of footage taken just before and during the IED blast reveals a high level of planning and coordination on the part of the Taliban.
I spent a couple of hours watching the video, several segments of it, frame by frame. Historically, we've seen dog handlers being a target of interest by the insurgents because they're a very effective tool against the improvised explosive devices. And from the video, it's pretty clear that Staff Sergeant Anderson and Ozza did nothing wrong.
Hey, Heaton, let's not stay stationary.
To us. A command-initiated device is where an insurgent actually has control over the device, and you have to be able to see the target.
Hey, Blaine, is there a guy sitting right there? Squatting?
There's no doubt in my mind that someone was watching and someone detonated that device. But the shining moment of that weekend was when I was finally able to talk to a nurse about Staff Sergeant Anderson and a strong pulse in his feet, getting fevers down, and looking okay. I gotta tell you, when we finally heard that Ozzy was alive and coming back to the States, probably the second best bit of news that I got that weekend.
Anderson lost 6 fingers as a result of the blast. And although his ability to walk may be in doubt, his ability to fight is not.
It's quite remarkable that he survived it all. But Len's just a determined young man, and I don't think he's ever let anything stop him in his life, and he's not going to let this stop him.
Come on.
After 8 months of deployment, Sergeant Ben Stapira has just received clearance to fly back home to the States for a very special 2-week visit, the birth of his first child.
Oh, you're being such a good boy. Yes, you are. I want him to smell good while I'm gone. And I've been with him 8 months every day, 24 hours a day. So, I mean, I'm gonna miss him, but I know I'm coming back, so it's a good break for him. He's an old man. He needs 2 weeks off. I need my 2 weeks off. Maybe come back and he'll like me a lot more because I've gone. You don't know what you got till it's gone. I hope he realizes that. Good boys! 8.5 months I've been gone. I left my wife at El Paso International Airport, and then 2 days later, I was at Fort Dix in New Jersey, and she called me up. She says, hey, can we Skype? I said, what do you mean Skype? I just left. She's like, yeah, I just need to tell you something important. She started crying, so I got on Skype, and she told me, hey, we're having a kid. And I was like, oh, geez, I'm gonna be deployed for the next year. That was the first part of my mind is, how are we gonna do this? Well, she did it all right. She's a strong woman. Did it without me, and now I'm coming home to see the baby be born, so I'm excited. Last couple days, actually, I haven't been sleeping too well. The only time I get to talk to my wife about the babies on the phone once in a while. Sends me emails of the sonograms and stuff, but I don't know what to expect. I read a book on what to expect as a new dad, but I mean, a book's a lot different than being at the classes or whatever. I'm gonna be a dad, and I'm excited to go home and start that chapter of my life.
Back in Helmand Province, the Marines at Camp Leatherneck take time to honor one of their own. Marine working dog Zora, killed by an enemy grenade while on patrol with her handler, Lance Corporal Kent Farrell.
You replay it 1,000 times in your head how it could have gone differently, and the fact is that I was doing my job and she was doing hers, and she was killed in the line of duty for me and for the guys on the patrol. Not for any type of payment other than a good girl and a pet and some water and some food when we got back. Some people say was just a dog. Well, it wasn't just a dog to me. One of my best friends I've ever had died that day. We talk about heroes all the time, but Zorro was and is my hero. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change a thing. Because she brought everybody home. And that's what's the most important part about the game that we play. It's the part about the job that sucks. I love that dog.
.20 miles north of Camp Leatherneck, Lance Corporal Durwood Shaw and his dog Falco are on patrol. It's the same area where Zorro was killed just one day earlier.
Come on. Hey, let's go.
The Taliban presence here is extremely high. Shaw and his unit are under constant threat. But despite the dangers, the unit is determined to see that Zora's death was not in vain.
Come on. Go. Came from that direction. Go to the area. Yeah. Move. Just watch where y'all step.
Volta já. Especiais do Animal Planet. Em Especiais do Animal Planet.
Bem-vindos ao Afeganistão.
O meu cachorro é meu melhor amigo aqui. Ela sente o perigo.
Chama o médico! Você está colocando a sua vida nas mãos deles.
Ela com certeza já me salvou de muita dor.
Saber que ele está indo lá para salvar a minha vida não tem preço.
Companheiros de Guerra continua. Só no Animal Planet.
Tá no seu cursinho de inglês online? Na Open English eu tenho aulas com professores americanos. Agora eu também tenho um professor super americano. Então fala alguma coisa em inglês. I love rock and roll.
It's rock and roll, man.
Esse é meu teacher.
Teacher, practice your pronunciation.
Pronunciation. Hospitalization.
OpenEnglish.com. Professoras americanas. 24 horas por dia.
E agora, a vida e obra de Ernie Brown Jr. em perfis do Animal Planet.
Turtle Man style.
Ernie Brown Jr. resgata tartarugas nas lagoas turvas do Kentucky há quase 40 anos.
Live action, yeah! Live action!
Quando ele era criança, com apenas 5 anos, encontrou um exemplar de uma revista famosa. E desde aquele momento, tudo o que ele queria era encontrar um talento único que o levasse à fama. Ernie passou a infância explorando a floresta e aprendendo os costumes dos animais que vivem nela. Ele pegou a primeira tartaruga com as próprias mãos quando tinha apenas 7 anos. E desde então, a lenda do Turtle Man se espalhou pela região.
Now, he don't mind all the muck and mire. If you got turtle trouble, he's for hire. Them old turtles is mean and vicious. Turtle Man calls them snapper legs. Yeah! Oh, Lord. You can count on Ernie, he's got a plan. If you want to catch turtles, he's the man. Don't bother calling the CIA, because they don't catch turtles anyway. He got the whole world in his hand. He got the whole world in his hand.
O Ernie resgata uma média de 300 tartarugas por ano. Multiplicando isso por 40 anos, temos a soma incrível de 12.000 tartarugas resgatadas e relocadas. Ele foi ferido 33 vezes ao longo desses anos e já perdeu uns 13 dentes, o que gera a probabilidade anual de 3,96% de ele ser ferido durante um resgate e uma taxa de deterioração dental de 1,01% anual. Quem é o Turtle Man? Ele é uma pessoa simples e agradável que vive uma vida modesta, com alguns hábitos bem diferentes. Nas aventuras, os acompanhantes são Neil James, mão direita e um gênio do banjo, e Lolly, companheira fiel desde que foi resgatada há alguns anos.
Whoa! Shut doors!
Ernie Brown Jr., resgatador de animais. Resolve problemas, é amigo dos amigos, aventureiro e figura lendária. Será que conseguirá alcançar o sonho de aparecer na capa da sua revista favorita?
Não são uma lenda. Os monstros existem. Isto é, Semana dos Monstros. Uma semana cheia de animais assustadores e aterrorizantes. E episódios estelares de encontros com monstros. Super crocodilo. Tubarão branco. Lula colossal. Sucuri. Chega! Semana dos Monstros. De 30 de junho a 7 de julho. Às 9 da noite. Só no Animal Planet. Está de volta. Especiais do Animal Planet.
Helmand Province, Afghanistan. Marine Lance Corporal Durwood Shaw and his military working dog Falco are on patrol in enemy territory. Just one day earlier, this same Marine unit was ambushed here. A Taliban grenade killed one of the squad's military working dogs. Their mission is to push out the insurgents by any means necessary. But the enemy hiding here won't go easy.
Came from that direction. Came from that direction. Yeah. Move. Just watch where y'all step.
Shaw's unit storms a suspected Taliban compound. But securing the compound has its surprises.
Hey, you guys may have to put some rounds in that if he comes close to me. Hey, we need to overwatch, man.
Firefight intensifies. Falco remains calm amid the chaos and confusion of combat.
Falco, down, down. Good boy.
Faced with overwhelming firepower, the enemy fighters scatter into the distance and retreat.
I knew it was gonna happen. Coming out to this sector, welcome to Afghanistan.
Two hours later, Shaw and Falco are relieved to return to base Barioli safely.
He's ready for a nap.
But Shaw is about to discover he has lost something very important in the heat of battle.
You guys won't believe what I freaking lost, dude.
You're ready, Eric?
You guys help me look for it real quick in this mess. Falco, everybody.
You better hope you find this thing, man.
I know, man. I don't think my wife's gonna be happy, so.
He unfortunately lost his wedding ring. It happens. It's Afghanistan. I'm sure his wife is gonna be a little upset.
Dog eat it?
Did you eat it, buddy? Did you eat it?
Which one are you more scared of? The Taliban or your wife finding out that you lost your ring?
Tell you the truth, I'd have to say my wife.
Army Sergeant Ben Stapira is headed back to Kandahar province after a 2-week trip home for the birth of his first child.
Being home for my birth of my son Bradley was a life-altering experience. My first reaction was I counted all his fingers and all his toes. And the first time I changed his diaper, I actually put the diaper on backwards. So I was just laughing hysterically. Bye, Bradley. Bradley. And it's not easy to say goodbye. Usually it's just me and my wife, but you know, my son is at the airport. And I was like, oh man, like, it's really time to say goodbye. Like, I barely know you.
baby?
He's good, man. He's 8 pounds, 1 ounce right now. He was born at 7 pounds, 1 ounce, but he gained a whole pound since I've been gone already.
Really?
First, 2 weeks he's gained a pound?
Your boy's gonna be really happy to see you.
Yeah, I need to talk to him.
No, I'm talking about Giro.
Oh, yeah, I talk to him too.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Huh? What's up, buddy? Get that collar off.
Let's go, outside. For Gear to go out there and search, and then me to walk behind him, that's my life, that's my legs. That's why I'm the first person to walk behind him, because I absolutely have faith in my dog, I have to. Does it feel good to be back in Afghanistan? Yes, because Giro's here. I haven't seen him act this young in a long time. He's pretty excited. Come on. Come on. Heel.
Good boys.
I'm just not out here for me. There's been times where there's been 100 soldiers behind me. And I'm pretty sure somewhere in that 100 soldier file, somebody had a kid. My job is to help those guys go home.
It's been 2 weeks since Marine Corporal Drew Nyman and his dog Emily had a close encounter with an IED blast. In that time, Emily has exhibited classic symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. She now appears hypersensitive to loud noises, a liability on the battlefield. Today, the veterinarian at Camp Leatherneck will evaluate Emily's condition and fitness for further duty.
Morning, ma'am.
Hi. So how's she been doing the past 2 weeks?
First couple of days, she was kind of out of it. Wasn't acting really herself. Lately, she's been a lot more playful, so.
Any noise anxiety or anything?
Loud noises, yes. I mean, she might look fine on the outside, but on the inside, you know, the vet was like, wow, yeah, she suffered dog PTSD. The vet recommended, or mandated, I guess, 3 weeks of no duty where she just sits in her kennel. The fact that my peers are out still in the fight, I'm sitting here waiting on my dog to see when she's gonna recover, if she recovers. It sucks not being able to go out, but if she's not ready, if she's not gonna be at her full potential, it's lives at stake. It's my life, it's the Marines around me's life, it's her life. And if she's not at 100%, it's not worth the risk, putting lives in danger. So that's what we kind of have to see.
Just days later, Corporal Nyman learns that Emily will in fact be taken off the battlefield, but not in the way he expected. Nyman and the other Marines in Helmand Province are having their deployments cut short as part of the drawdown of U.S. troops in Afghanistan. It's the best news these brave men and dogs could have received.
First thing I'm gonna do when I get home is give my wife a big kiss and kiss my son, my new son. It's kind of hard to fathom that I'm gonna come home to a child.
If Falco wouldn't have done his job out here, finding IEDs, I probably wouldn't be coming home right now. My wife would have grown up a widow. Daughter would have grown up without a father. Yes, they are a piece of equipment to the Marine Corps, but we bond so much with our dogs. I mean, you're not supposed to fall in love with your dog, but you're going to.
The fact that we're going home in good health and injury-free, it's definitely a blessing, but it's bittersweet because others weren't as lucky.
You feel empty in a sense of it's never gonna be the same. You're never gonna have a Zora. But I'm going home in one piece, and I can still go home to my family. I can still tell them what happened.
First thing I'm gonna do when I see my family is, one, I'll probably shed a tear to tell you the truth. You know, it's the first time I get to meet my daughter. And two, give my wife some loving.
For military families, a homecoming is the joyous end to months of waiting and worry. Today, Corporal Drew Nyman, Lance Corporal Derwood Shaw, and Lance Corporal Kent Farrell are finally coming home.
Hurry up, bus. My name is Krista Nyman, and I brought Bentley here to meet his daddy, Drew, and he is 4 days old.
My husband is on his way right now to come meet our daughter for the first time. Her name is Cameron. My husband probably doesn't know what to think. I don't think he's ever even held a baby before, so I'm sure he's a little nervous.
Almost home.
My son is Lance Corporal Farrell. The last 4 months has been grueling, terrifying. I said to him, please, have Zora take care of you. And he promised me she would. She sacrificed her life for him.
Military working dogs Emily and Falco have been safely returned to their kennels at Camp Lejeune. Zora's ashes have also come home.
A lot more people than I thought.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. Here come the waterworks, fellas. You ready?
Volta já. Especiais do Animal Planet. Em Especiais do Animal Planet.
Bem-vindos ao Afeganistão.
O meu cachorro é meu melhor amigo aqui. Ela sente o perigo.
Chama o médico!
Você está colocando a sua vida nas mãos deles.
Ela com certeza já me salvou de muita dor.
Saber que ele está indo lá para salvar a minha vida não tem preço.
Companheiros de Guerra continua. Só no Animal Planet.
Quem de nós tem mais chance de ser parado por fãs na rua?
Eu?
E de ser convocado para a seleção? O único jeito de eu ter as mesmas chances que o Neymar é no desafio Claro. Recarrega o meu Claro pré-pago com R$18 e concorra a um tablet por dia, a um carro por semana e ainda posso ganhar 50 mil todo mês.
Envie a palavra grátis para 2222 e aumente as chances de ganhar um tablet por dia.
Então quem tem mais chance de fazer um gol no futebol da minha turma?
Se a tua turma não me chamar, né? Desafio Claro. A emoção de ganhar não pode esperar.
Eu tinha um pacote da Claro TV, que era muito bom. Mas aí eu fui na casa da minha irmã e vi o HD Lite. Fiquei de boca aberta com os canais em alta definição. E aí eu falei, eu também quero ver minhas novelas e filmes com essa qualidade fantástica de imagem. E o controle remoto, que liga também a minha TV. É um show! Eu uso meu HD externo para gravar tudo que eu quero e até pausar um programa ao vivo, sem nenhum custo. Minha vida mudou. E para melhor.
Nova Orleans é como um pitbull. Forte, persistente, sensível, mas acima de tudo, nobre. Tia e sua equipe chegam a essa cidade em busca de uma segunda oportunidade para o Centro Vila Lobos e para eles mesmos. Pitbulls e Condenados, nova temporada. Estreia quarta, 5 de junho, às 10 da noite. Só no Animal Planet.
Tudo é maior no Texas. Principalmente as cobras. A captura delas envolve grandes riscos e grandes recompensas, que só se consegue tendo uma boa atitude. Caçadores de Cascavéis, nova temporada. Estreia quinta, 13 de junho, às 10 da noite. Só no Animal Planet. Animal Planet. Surpreendentemente humano. Meu Gato Endiabrado. Todas as quintas, às 8 da noite. Só no Animal Planet.
Você faz tudo para proteger a sua família.
Experimente Mr. Músculo Gel Adesivo. Uma aplicação ajuda a prevenir contra os perigos de um vaso sanitário sujo. Cada descarga lhe dá certeza de que ele está continuamente limpo. Mr. Músculo Gel Adesivo.
está de volta. Especiais do Animal Planet.
Eielson Air Force Base, Alaska, half a world away from the battlefields of Afghanistan. A combat veteran is preparing for a special kind of homecoming. Military working dog Aza hasn't seen her combat handler Len Anderson since they were both nearly killed in a Taliban IED blast.
That's good. After a period of evaluation there in Afghanistan, Aza was returned back to the States.
Kennel trainer Staff Sergeant Nicholas Drake has been working with Aza since her return.
Good, Oscar. Good, yeah.
Tonight, Sergeant Anderson is going to be returning home for the first time. Everybody is extremely excited, especially his dog. Anderson and Aza are a team, and that team's not going to be broken. No matter what you do from here on out, they need to be together.
Len's friends, fellow dog handlers, and their canine partners have turned out in force to greet him. No one here has seen Len since the incident that nearly took his life, including the cameraman who helped save it.
I wanted to see him, but I was scared to see him because I felt guilty that I was fine and he wasn't. I knew that he was hurt very, very badly. And then he wasn't even going to be able to walk.
Even though he's physically beat up, I think what we're going to see is a handler who is an extremely resilient individual. And I think we're going to see a dog very excited to see Dad.
There she is. Come here. Up. Ah, yeah,
Leonard coming off the elevator knew he was going to be in a wheelchair, but just to see how Aza recognized him immediately and was like, hey, it's Dad.
It was awesome to see them together. And then he jumps out of the wheelchair.
Doors open and all I could think was Aza. I don't think I've ever gotten no faster.
Yeah, I mean, you're with a guy on a battlefield and you put him on a chopper and you think, I'll never see this guy again. And then 2 months later, he comes flying into Alaska.
Y'all didn't get her collar?
And is talking because he's mad that Aza doesn't have her collar on that he wanted her to have.
You messed my collar up?
His collar. He's already asking about it. I told you he would ask about it.
You messed my collar up. I can't believe you.
You're just like, wow. You're just blown away that he's come so far, and that's not what I expected.
What up, bro? How you doing, man?
Welcome home.
Yeah, thanks, man, for everything you did.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
you too, man.
When I hugged him and he told me that he only remembered my voice that whole morning, it washed away all my fears, my anxieties, and my guilt, and it inspired me. I didn't know what happened either.
I didn't either. They told me what you did, so thanks, man.
Well, his strength made me forgive myself and what had happened and the way I felt.
Len's return inspires all his friends in attendance, even the youngest ones.
What up, kiddos? How y'all doing? Y'all good? Yeah?
Missed you.
I missed y'all too.
It was good to have you home, man.
How you doing, Major?
She's happy to see you.
I know.
Just to see how easily he got up out of the chair and left it behind. Thrilled that he didn't go back in that chair.
Come here. Show it to me. Show it to me. There, my girl. You miss me? Yeah.
And of course, Aza going to Leonard, you could tell that definitely energized Len. I think it's going to be a great aid to Len's recovery.
Man's best friend. Seeing them together is the way it should be. They keep an eye on each other.
I know, I want to get on ground. I want to get on ground, huh?
I, as the commander, decided that it's probably best for Leonard and probably best for Ozza that they get to spend a little extra time together and start that healing process together.
Being with him in the hospital every day, I know how much he talks about Ozza, so he's really excited to get her home with us.
Ozza, let's go, Ma. Hey, the intentions are to adopt you. I still have to go through the process with the military. This is probably going to help the healing process. It's going to keep me active at home. For one thing, it'll teach me to start being able to throw a ball again or play with her, so that you can press on and kind of forget about what has happened.
He's going to have this dog that was with him in his worst time in his life, probably help him get back to the best times of his life.
"4,000 miles away at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, Marine Corps families prepare for a reunion of their own. After months spent in combat, Corporal Drew Nyman, Lance Corporal Durwood Shaw, and Lance Corporal Kent Farrell are just minutes from home.
Here come the waterworks, fellas. You ready?
Oh, I just know it's going to be an emotional moment. My husband lost his ring while he was in Afghanistan, and a wedding ring can be replaced, my husband can't, so I told him that I would just buy him a new one and just ask him to marry me all over again. Hopefully he says yes.
I can't wait to see my son. Unfortunately, Zora's not going to be with him, but just a couple more minutes, we hope and pray.
Where's your daddy, baby? Where's daddy? Babe! Oh, mommy and baby. I have a poster for you. Will you marry me again?
Oh, of course I will.
Really?
Yeah. Missing a ring. Look at this. Yeah, it looks brand new again. Looks like I never lost it. When I first showed up to check in to my unit, he said, "Why do you want to be a dog handler?" I mean, what better feeling could you have than to help save people's lives and everybody gets to go back home to their family?
I love you. I miss you so much. Look, baby, Daddy.
It's an incredible feeling. He was born on Monday. We got off the bus, and it's the first thing I saw was my wife and newborn son.
Emily went through everything we've gone through in Afghanistan, and through that we've made a bond that's more than just handler, dog. It's, best friends.
She was killed. Her dog.
That means that you're gonna be up
My grandmother said thank you for bringing my grandson home. It was nice to hear that someone else respected my dog just as much as I did, because she did bring me home. With the death of Zora, it really opened my eyes on how precious life is in general and how precious these dogs are. And I'm very grateful for what she did. The best thing I can do is make her proud.
All right, let's go home.